Hello and welcome back to the Marketing Podcast for Local Businesses, the place where small business owners turn dreams into reality through smart marketing. My name is Adam. I run WDL, ranked the top 1% in the UK.
And I'm Josh, and I run ImproveMySearchRanking.com, a specialist SEO agency based in South London.
So, thank you for joining us. In the last few episodes, we've discussed on how to create that compelling offer, how to create an advert, and how to design your landing page to get the maximum conversions. That will turn into leads and sales. Now we're going to talk about how to track and measure the success of your campaign, because ultimately, if you can't measure something, if you can't track it, you're never going to know whether it's doing well, if you need to change something, if you need to tweak something. So I can always remember one of my mentors told me that, not being able to measure something is insanity, because you can get nowhere very fast and vice versa. So let's hand it over to Josh. Let's talk about Meta and the global advertising platform that it is.
Yes, so when you're running an advert on Facebook or Instagram or any social media or any type of marketing, you want to test and measure and understand what's gone well, what's not gone so well, so you can then refine things and adjust things going forward to maximize your return on your spend. In the previous episodes, we spoke about the Facebook Meta advertising platform, and within your account there on the Facebook Ads Manager or Meta Ads Manager, you have a host of tools and metrics and analytical tools that allow you to see how well your ads are done. You can see how many clicks you've got, how many impressions each advert's had, how many people you've reached, how many likes, comments, etc., all that good stuff. And most importantly is probably how many conversions you've got. So you can set up conversion tracking and you can see, what's the average cost per conversion. Are you spending £20, £50? Does that then make sense with the cost of your product? Is it profitable?
Yeah, no, spot on. And just remind us here, conversions. So conversions are the ability to turn a potential customer who is visiting your website or visiting an ad to then become a customer. Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Yeah. So thank you for that. So let's get straight into it. So we've talked about how you can track and measure Meta. Was there anything else on that, or?
Yes. So as I kind of alluded to, and you alluded to as well, is with there's that famous saying as well. Is it what gets managed gets measured, or what gets measured gets managed? Yes,
yeah,
the one.
That's it.
Yeah. And so with this information you get in the advertising platform, you can then conduct a review and kind of see what needs to be improved. Also, in the last episode, I believe we spoke about A/B testing. So we might have ran one advert to this potential set of demographics, and this one to another one, and this one to another one, and we can see which one worked best, which one didn't work so well. We can pause those adverts that are doing badly and then increase the spend maybe on the ones that are doing well. It's just all about analysing the data. There's not too much more to it than that. You obviously want to have a lowest cost per click as possible, a lowest cost per acquisition as possible. You want to get as many clicks as you can, and those are the kind of key points.
Amazing. So Josh, you mentioned acquisition and conversion. Can you explain the kind of the difference between an acquisition? Are they sometimes used synonymously, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I guess.
So I would say cost per conversion is what's the cost of getting a lead. So a lead is different to acquiring a customer, in my opinion. So getting a lead is someone signed up for a phone call with you or for a meeting or downloaded your ebook. They haven't actually turned into a paying customer as of yet. So that's kind of the cost per conversion. Then the cost per acquisition is how many of those conversions then actually became paying customers. So they're two different metrics.
Amazing. So look, focus on that cost per click, focus on that cost per acquisition, and again, the lower the better, i.e. every time someone clicks on your ad, you want to spend, as little as possible. Now, I guess in some scenarios, if you're kind of targeting something extremely popular or extremely competitive, you'll probably end up paying more per click than you would on something which is less competitive or sought after, I guess, right?
Yes, yeah. Every industry would be different, and some in my experience, I've seen some campaigns where the cost per click maybe £3, £4, £5 per click, so quite expensive for one click. But then with other clients, we've seen 5p as little as 1p per click, and it just differs on what you're selling. So if you're selling something on Facebook or Instagram that's very visually appealing, or the cost per click is very low. So, for example, we work for hotels and restaurants, and their cost per click is generally speaking under 10p per click. Whereas if you're selling something very specialized, for example, we have a customer who does ventilation ductwork cleaning, and it's there's not many people on Facebook who need that service, and therefore Facebook kind of prices that more expensively.
Yeah. Perfect. So look, don't compare if you've got a friend who's my old favorite industry, if you've got a friend that sells cakes and their cost per click is significantly less than yours, don't compare industries if you're in a different industry. Just focus on benchmarking yourself to maybe other similar companies in the same industry, and ultimately what you want to do is look at how much you're making per acquisition. So if let's say you're spending £10 to acquire one customer, make sure you're making a profit on that. The last thing you want to do is make £9 profit and then spending £10 to get that customer. Then you're making a £1 loss, unless obviously you've got a big tech company and you're fully aware of that loss and you're just trying to get customers onto your platform. Obviously that's a different story, but thank you for that Josh. What's next?
So another thing you could look at, in addition to the Facebook advertising platform metrics, is also Google Analytics. So I'll just touch on this briefly. You may already have this installed on your website, you may not, but I would highly recommend adding this piece of software to your website. What it does is it tracks the performance not only of your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, your TikTok ads, your LinkedIn ads, but also all types of traffic you could get. So that could be from SEO, could be from pay-per-click, email marketing, direct traffic. And I'm just adding this here because it would be useful to compare your performance of your social media campaign versus the other channels. So if you've run a social media campaign and your cost per acquisition is £10, but actually if you look in your analytics, your Google Analytics, and you see the cost per acquisition for email marketing is £5, then maybe instead of investing more in your social media, maybe you want to invest more in email marketing and vice versa.
Amazing. So look, just to recap, that's super helpful. So Google Analytics will track all your traffic, including the ones, traffic that you get through organic means, i.e. people searching in search engines like Google and that come to a website. Google Analytics will track that, as well as if you've correctly obviously linked and integrated the two, which you might need a professional website designer for, hit us up. Then it will also track the traffic you get through advertisements through the likes of Facebook, Instagram, so Meta, Twitter, etc., etc. So Google Analytics brings all your website traffic into one place for you then to see various insights, and it's super cool, and they're always improving it, right? I mean, in the kind of over a decade of being in the industry, I've seen Google Analytics change so much for the better in the most scenarios. You can literally, as soon as you create an account, which is free to do so, it will give you great statistics. You can view who's visiting your website in real time. You can look where they're located. You can look at what device they're using to view your websites, where the source of the traffic, like I just mentioned, like Josh just touched on. It's honestly amazing, quite scary at the same time, because you're like, how does Google know this about me? But super useful for us, for a business, for a small business like you. So was there anything else that we might have missed there, Josh? Or
I don't think so. No, I think we've touched on all the main areas.
Perfect. Thank you. So look, just to recap, we did talk about A/B testing, and please listen to our previous episode to kind of to hear more about that, but just to recap in case you haven't listened to it, A/B testing is all about letting you compare two versions of an ad strategy, and you change slight variables, maybe things like text or the image, the placement, the audience, and that allows you to see how best to get your cost per how best to bring your cost per conversion, cost per acquisition down, what works, what doesn't work. Super useful. And this A/B testing, there is an A/B testing feature on Meta as well that you can easily use to kind of avoid spending so much money, I guess, to see what works and what doesn't. So look, thank you for joining. Thank you, Josh, for those incredible insights, and please listen to our next episode, and we look forward to having you. My name's been Adam.
And I'm Josh.
Speak to you guys soon.